friend, please put your hands together for Tyson Purcell.
All right, yeah. I'm sure one of these days you're going to be like, he's going to tell a funny story one of these days. It's not today. Let's see here. Under pressure. When I was thinking about the story I was going to tell today, I was thinking that, I can't tell the one where I was really under a lot of pressure. That's just too much. So I'll tell this other one where I was still under pressure. But then as I got closer to this, I was just like, all right, let's practice being vulnerable and give it a shot. So we're going to do the story that was the more difficult one, which is why I'm not in costume, because I don't think I could tell this next story while like looking like David Bowie or something like that. It would just be inappropriate. So I grew up Lutheran, Wisconsin Evangelical Lutheran Synod. Really pretty devout Christian. In high school, I got kind of involved in a youth group, and it was non-denominational, and made some friends with one of the youth leaders there, and they would do these things where you would meet with them, and they would talk to you about the Bible, and I remember meeting with this one youth leader, and every time I met with him, he was always thoughts and prayers about sexual immorality, and I was like, this guy must know that I jerk off in the morning. I just because he would talk about sexual immorality every single time. I was just like, okay, I get it. I'm not supposed to masturbate. I won't have sex. I won't do anything. So I started kind of building up the shame, this sort of thing. But I was also fairly, devout, good Christian kid. And so the first time I fell in love, my first love, she was a good Christian girl, and I was a good Christian boy, so we followed the rules, and we didn't have any sex, even though when you're young and it's kissing and it's really good, the pressure's there, and you kind of want to have sex, but you're just kind of hastily concealing a boner. It's just but we waited. And waited, and we got engaged, and then we got married, and came to the wedding night, and I'm like, this is gonna be really good. And then it didn't work. Now, the thing about Madison Story Slam is we're here to tell our stories. So there's going to be details of this story that I'm not going to talk about because I'm going to tell my story. And there are details that are someone else's story. So, but yeah, it didn't work. And I was like, well, it was a long day or whatever. God. So then we went on the honeymoon, and it didn't work. And then it was like a month later, and it's like, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to do it by now. But I heard that some people who got married, they didn't have a lot of sex, but I also thought that was usually after they had it a few times first, and then it was so we love each other. She loved me, I love her. And time's going on, and the pressure's building. We get through our first year of marriage, and our second year of marriage, and our third, and our fourth, and our fifth, and our sixth. And what's that analogy? Like coal under pressure turns into a diamond. You know, pressure changes you. Sometimes being put under pressure and like changed, isn't that great? Like, really, what good is a diamond? It's just like a sparkly rock that you can cut stuff with. What really is its value? But we were naive kids. We got married when we were 21. We didn't know what to do. We're Irish, so I don't know, maybe I'm overstating what that really means, but like this idea of like, yeah, you just kind of keep on going, don't tell anybody about anything. So yeah, we changed. We learned how to lie to all of our friends and family. They're like, oh yeah, things must be going good. And like, oh yeah, I totally know what sex is. I know. Can you imagine watching 40-Year-Old Virgin in the theater and being like, oh, I really hope that I have it before then. It was still a funny movie, but it kind of hit a little close to home. But yeah, we changed. And I don't know. Like, we finally lost our virginity when we were 28, when we finally decided that, like, we were going to snap. And I don't know, we talked to a friend, and they were like, hey, you should, I don't know, look this up on the internet. Right? Like, we didn't even think to do that. We'll just keep our head down and pray about it or whatever. But like by that time, like, you know, like we had changed, and like when you put yourself under that kind of pressure, and when I say I put myself under this kind of pressure, like I remember my first date with her. And I got home. I said, Mom, I'm going to bring home a girl to meet you next week. She's like, I mean, we're in high school and young. She's like, really? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to marry her. And my mom just like looked at me and she's like, what are you talking about? And I was just like, well, she's really nice and I'm not really going to screw this up. So when you make these like self-fulfilling prophecies or like these ideas like, I'm not going to screw this up, you put these pressures on yourself that are just sometimes maybe you don't turn out a diamond, maybe you just turn out crushed. So yeah, I changed. She changed. By the time we got help, you know, we weren't like the two young people in love anymore. We were the people that we were. And you know, we kept it together and we stayed married for almost 12 years. But I gotta say that I changed, and you know, getting harder, sharp edges and kind of not becoming the best person I think I probably could have been. It didn't really help. So I don't know how to really end this other than maybe sometimes when you're under pressure, it's just maybe look it up on the internet, I guess. Or have some whiskey, I guess. I don't know. That's all I got. All right, thanks.
Thank you, Tyson.